So this is Jessica. I've known her since, I don't know what year in high school. My senior year? Okay, my senior year in high school. We had math class together, so we just talked.
Where y'all went again?
Chavez. Okay, so yeah, we've known each other since then. She's moved out to Texas, and we always stayed in contact just because we're both writers and creatives and just try to find people with those good vibes. So we've never lost contact. Also, she's published. Hey. So buy her book. So she's gonna read some poetry and enjoy.
Thanks, guys. So this is my first time.
Yes.
Even though I'm published and I feel like I've shared shit with the world, it's still a whole nother dimension to do it in person, live, raw, and it's scary as fuck, low-key. But so basically, I've literally never even like shared poetry with anybody. Like it's always just been something that I do between me and myself. And I know she was touching on earlier about how we kind of keep that shit to ourselves, and I think it's because vulnerability is a scary fucking thing. And to be a creative, it's literally defining yourself. It's literally like telling your story. It's a reflection of who you are. And you tend to create when you're in like the deepest moment of your being. So to share that, it's just like, I hope people still like me, you know. Yeah. So it can be a scary thing, you know, but so I'm nervous as fuck right now. And I talk a lot. Anybody that knows me, I talk a hell of a lot, and I ramble. So I'm trying to like have a plan. But essentially, the piece that I'm getting ready, my mind's been going wild since this idea came up for this event. Trying to create something that I would feel good to share. And I probably within the last 2 weeks that I've known about it, I've written up like 5 or 6 pieces. And mainly because I've been struggling with vulnerability and how deep do I really want to go.
The deepest.
The deepest.
So. I am a feminist. So essentially, a little bit of my background. I went to Chavez in the South Side. I graduated in 2009. Oh no. Joined the military when I was 17. I was in for 6 years, and it was one of the most transformative experiences in a bad way. And it wasn't until literally the past year that I've been out that I started to digress in a good way, that I started to kind of go back to my roots and who I was, and not what I had been told and what I had allowed to kind of wash over me in that state. So yeah, so this kind of delves into the mind of someone that struggles with, and I'm emotional as fuck, y'all, so.
Me too.
You know,
Yes. We all are.
This kind of delves into people that have struggled with mental health challenges, the inner battle that you go through, the need to find balance.
Love you.
It's real.
And then it wraps up, and it's just kind of like, everybody knows I'm a big motivational person. You know, I think the people that can give you the best advice are the people that have been through the shit themselves. So the end of it is just kind of me coming to the light and digressing back to who I used to be, and knowing that everything's going to be okay. And sharing that. And if I'm not too emotional, I might go into a little worship medley, very small, bite size. But that's just my zhuzh. And it's songs that have kind of, I'm not religious, but it's songs that help my spirit when I'm feeling down. I think that, you know, we all go through dark times, and it's good to have tools that we can use to help bring us out of that. And so these, what I might share will be just a little bit of what those tools look like for me. All right, sorry. Okay. Alright, and this might become long, but I was gonna play music under, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna play music.
Yes! Look it up, look it up!
filling in my chest, and I cannot seem to breathe. My eyes are tired, but they cry effortlessly. I can't.
Got you.
People say that I'll sleep when I'm dead, but sleep is the only battle that I feel that I have won, rescuing me from emotions that I feel I'll never overcome. And I try talking to people, but it's harder than trying to go to sleep. It's hard to tell if anyone is really hearing me.
Get it.
And I put makeup on this shit.
We hear
You got it. Hey,
And how can I expect others to hear me when I can barely hear myself? How can I expect others to help me when I'm afraid to ask for help? This is my battle. These are the cards that I've been dealt. Please don't run from me. I'm not trying to scare you away. But I'm struggling to make sense of what's going on in my head, and it's just all getting in the way. I'm sorry if my emotions created a burden too great for you to bear. I can hardly carry them myself. I'm trying so hard to just be normal. I want to close my heart.
Breathe.
Don't close that heart. I want to close my heart and turn off my mind so that I can walk around blind, so that when things happen around me, I can act as if I'm unaware. I want to hide away from anyone seeking anything, afraid that I will give and be the only one to care. If I can be more cautious about who I let into my heart, maybe my mind won't have to work as hard. It's like the more that I see, the less I can breathe. Why is this shit so heavy? I just want to be less awake, less aware, less conscious, but I can't. I'm just not built that way. I can't walk by a man standing on a corner and walk the other way. I can't turn on my TV and hear about injustice and not begin to pray. I cannot talk about everyday life and not talk about its deeper meaning. I have the capacity to feel what you are feeling, and it's damn near breaking me. If my emotions make you uncomfortable, imagine being me. Walking around in a world where people like to label things that they cannot even see. Why is she being so extra? It's not that I think that I'm better, I'm just trying to coexist. When you ask me for help, I will break my back to get you what you need. When you need a shoulder to cry on, I will lend you both of mine without asking to use yours. I will stop to help a stranger, and I tend to be the one holding the doors. I am extra, and my extra is powerful. It loves being into people who can barely breathe. It ignites fire in people who are struggling to succeed, and it provides warmth to those who find themselves in need. I am extra. Except for when it comes to me. I am just trying to be normal. I carry the world on my back as if I'm responsible for the outcome. As if I can address the outcry. I'm crying, and I just want to stop crying. Why am I so extra? I know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel because it's the only thing shining bright enough for me to believe in happy endings. And when the fact that I'm still standing here, well, that's really worth commending. I know that every day I wake from my sleep, death has not yet chosen me. And I know that I'm only being conditioned to withstand the weight of my purpose and that I already am what I need. So I fight. I fight to find peace not just when I sleep, and I fight to see the light in all that surrounds me. It's time to fight. We do not know what the future holds, but we know that some of the greatest stories are left untold. So when you're weary and fighting is just too much to ask, please don't hesitate to come to me. I will not judge you, but I will do my best to love life back into you. And if I cannot fight for you, I will hold your hand, and when the wave comes, we will ride it together. I cannot promise you rainbows and sunshine, but I can promise you that that you'll see the beauty in rain. I cannot promise you a life without disappointment, but I can promise that you will grow through the pain. I cannot promise you that any of it will be easy, but I can promise you that you are worth it. We are worth it. We just cannot give up. We're not just doing this for anyone. We're doing this for us. Thanks, guys.
That was beautiful.
That was
That was very inspiring.